You've been involved with generative AI interaction platform from Unity and I believe C Sharp.
Yeah.
Um, could you please break down what generative AI is, first of all, and how it's changing the way we create and play games?
Um, Broader term, like generative AI, is I think currently it's no like cognition involved or anything like how we as humans can like think and then like produce something. Like right now, like the AI doesn't work like that. It's a lot of data fed into the system, and then system learns some patterns and like some special algorithms are applied. For example, large language models, we have like self attention, and like using that self attention, we like the system pinpoints, okay, like how, like what are the things that it should be like taking care of like more and like give more attention to, and based on that it produces output. And then fine tuning on top, which has OpenAI millions of dollars fine tuning big systems, and you are there.
I
Right?
see.
So this is large language model, which you also call generative AI nowadays because it's like a hype term, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people like to hear terms like this, and that is what generative AI is. In the sense of games, I would say like what we do is like we're trying to like predict, like what I'm doing in particular is like Unity is the tool I use to build like the front end of the system. And what my tool is basically, we're building a platform where people can like build 2D games without programming.
Okay.
So far like there are like platforms like Scratch. So what you do on Scratch is like you put like chunks of code into the system, and then like it produces a game out of it. As far as I remember, Scratch. Um, the idea here is like a utopia of like building games where like you put characters on the screen, and we have like frames. Like the system is built in like frames. So like frame 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like you know how videos work.
Okay.
Yeah, so you basically try to describe a behavior in the format of pictures, which makes like a video.
Okay.
So if an action of like, let's say a zombie is moving towards right, and you can like literally do that motion in like 4 frames, showing that, oh, from frame 0 to frame 1 it moved like one step to the right, and then from 1 to 2 it moved like one more step to the right. Right, and then the AI starts like learning these rules in the back end and generates like, and then predicts like, okay, is this what you're trying to do? Like are you trying to move the zombie to the right? Is that what I should learn? And if you like accept the prediction, then it's like, okay, rule learned. If you do not accept the prediction, then you can like alternate the behavior, and like it will try to generalize again.
Can you,
That's the whole tool that I was working on with my professor. Yeah.
so technically, the entire idea is I go take a screenshots of myself playing Snake, and in, let's say, different shots, and then I upload these images, and then it codes Snake for me.
That No.
Okay.
No, that was, I think there is a system like that as well. I think that's what my professor did in his thesis. Like he used videos like to basically learn like the levels, and then the system would automatically generate the level from whatever it has learned from the videos.
Okay.
But the idea here is you don't upload any pictures from anywhere. We have some assets in the tool itself, right? Some assets like some characters. You can choose the character, you can choose like what you want to do with the character in within that tool. And like that tool has like frames from like 0, like you can go to n number of frames, like how many ever frames you want to add, and like describe a motion,
Mm.
describe like how should this character behave. Because every time you start building a game from scratch, currently the AI doesn't have any notion of like what is going on. Like it doesn't know physics, it doesn't know anything. So you can describe physics, and it'll try and generate rules and learn like gravity, if you will describe the motion of gravity in the frame. Right? Does that make sense?
Does so okay, and how are you planning to implement pixel input into such system? Like, first of all, why pixel inputs? And second, how are you planning to use very small just pixels to train this model?
So basically, do not think of it as pixels for now. I cannot comment on anything that my professor did originally.
Mm.
But in this frame, in this like game maker system, or like mechanic maker, what we call it, in this mechanic maker system, we take X and Y, like positions, X and Y of the character, velocity of the character based on like how much, it's a grid system.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a grid system. So like how many boxes between frame 1 and frame 0, how many distance of the boxes, and that will become your velocity.
I see.
Right? So we take like Vy, Vx, like velocities, and then we like take X and Y, and like we have some action buttons down there to describe like if you want to use your keyboard as the input, right? So like if you again, coming back to the example of the zombie, if the zombie is moving to right, you can describe like, not describe, like there's a button down there, you can click on that button and say that right arrow is what I want to use as an input, and then the zombie should go forward to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So all this information is combined, and then we produce like, there's like a Python backend which does like all this machine learning stuff, and then it comes back to the mainframe, like which is like the Unity end, and then like it produces the game basically.
I see. And how would the process of scaling this program be? Let's say from 2D to 3D. What would the major obstacles? And
2D to 3D is like a huge challenge, man. I don't think I have thought about it like in depth right now, because again, I'm calling it a game maker. The official name is mechanic maker. We don't call it a game maker for a reason, because the challenge is like, right now we have no notion of like starting point, ending point, no notion of like scores, right? No notion of the time or like something like that. So
it's
like
basically you telling the program to do something, and the program is just doing it.
Yeah. So basically right now it's producing mechanics, like basic movements. You can also kind of call it animation in control, right? Like it can basically produce a video. Like if you don't give the input actions down there, and you just show that the zombie should move right, if you press the play button, the zombie will go to right. Right? There's no controlling the zombie right now. But if you want to control the zombie, you give in the input action, and you can control the zombie by giving like, so you basically like trying to control a video.
I see.
But it's not a video. Right? Yeah.
Is that the same foundation that OpenAI's Sora is based on?
Sora is a whole different beast. Sora is like diffusion model, and like I don't think I've read the paper so far, but like that is like a whole different beast. That has nothing to do with this. This is like a not that much money involved project, you know, like a local project at like university level, which can become big as we like try to do more things with it, you know, make it like a tool for like building 2D games and like make it better and better. Yeah.